What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Vincent Esposito, and today we are going to be making a type of Chana Dal, a traditional Indian recipe that, full disclosure, I've never made before. We are making some substitutions to it. You'll see kind of as we go along to make it a little bit healthier. We're going to incorporate cauliflower, for instance, so we'll play around with that. We'll kind of see where it goes, and I'm sure it's going to taste good. We have a lot of this, the flavor profiles. A lot of this comes down to spice use. But before we get to that, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe below. Coming out videos twice a week, everything health, nutrition, longevity, gut health, and these awesome plant-based recipes where we make plants taste awesome on a weekly basis. So I'll stop rambling for now. Let's get right into the video, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, so today we have some vegetable stock, and we're gonna put our dal, our split chickpeas, into the water, and we're just gonna kind of give it a stir, and we are gonna bring this to a boil. So we're gonna kind of cook these down for about 20-25 minutes until they begin to soften a little bit. Now, these were soaked overnight, and if you are using really any dried legume, you wanna soak them overnight in some water. So now to our pot, we're adding a little bit of olive oil, and we are gonna swirl that around, making sure the entire bottom's covered and making sure that pot's hot. And we're going in today with some Fenugreek seeds. Now, these aren't exactly fennel seeds. They're a little different, but they have a kind of sweeter but similar flavor to fennel, so you're gonna get that. And we are just gonna toast off these seeds a little bit to kind of really get into that oil and create a lot more flavor in the final dish. So this is called tempering spices. You do this with whole spices a lot. Now, from then, I have some chopped celery, we have some chopped shallots and some garlic, and we're gonna kind of saute this off until that onion is translucent. So we're looking, again, like 4 to 5 minutes as you normally would. You wanna stir occasionally, just so you make sure that onion and garlic, more specifically the garlic, does not burn. But if you have enough kind of celery and things in there, chances are it won't burn too quickly, so you have a little bit of time. And once that's sauteed off, chopped up a couple heads of cauliflower to kind of get more of that nutrition, get some cruciferous vegetables in there, and we're going to saute that down a little bit too for another 4 to 5 minutes. And we're going to add a pinch or so of salt and pepper. This will help as it cooks down, but also add more flavor. We see a lot of professional chefs kind of salt as they go, particularly with sea salt, not with your iodized table salt that you usually see. The flavor isn't as harsh, and if you're getting a good quality sea salt, you can get a lot of good minerals from it too. So important to get good salt levels. So once this is all kind of cooked down, once that cauliflower is reduced a little bit, we're gonna now add some of that, well, all the rest of that water and our split chickpeas to that pot, and we're gonna give it a stir to kind of combine everything evenly. And we're gonna be almost there where we're gonna start cooking this down. But we need to add our spices. So in that was a couple tablespoons of curry powder. We had some garlic powder. We added a little cumin and some cloves. Going in with some salt and some pepper to kind of bring those flavors out when we go to mix it. And we're also going in with a little bit of coconut cream to act as a thickening agent and to kind of give this a lot more of a creamy texture once the final product is done. And then once all that's added, as you're seeing, is coming to a boil, you'll see I didn't get the curry flavor I wanted, so I added a little bit more curry powder. Again, you could kind of do that to taste. So again, make these recipes your own. That's kind of why I wanted to include that tip, because I didn't add as much as I thought initially, and I need to make an adjustment, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we're bringing that to a boil, and then we're gonna let it cook down for at least 20-25 minutes. You can do it longer, and then once that's done, you see we have our final product. You see that cauliflower is cooked down and taken in some of that color, and now it is time to plate. So we have our plate. So with it today, I made some wild black rice to go kind of along with it. So we're gonna add our rice to our dish. We are going to add our dal to it, and again, it's nice how that cauliflower kind of adds another texture to when you're eating, and it came out super flavorful. You get that curry powder, some of that kind of fennel seed flavor you get again from tempering that spice. And then we're gonna garnish with some scallion greens, and there you go. We have our dal. It's done. So I hope this is a good recipe for you guys to realize that these one pot dishes are really awesome, that you can make them super simple. Again, like this is a fairly simple one. We did that in 35-40 minutes, like did not take long. Again, the rice would take longer to cook on its own than the entire dish would take to put together. So it's really important, especially if you have maybe like a family, if you're feeding a lot of people, these kind of one pot, one dish recipes are really good. I would love to get your feedback on that. If you want me to kind of focus on these more going forward, happy to do so. Again, I think going kind of the Indian route is a great way if you're looking to add more plants in. But I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, please like and subscribe below, and have a great weekend. I will see you next time.